is the 77 WABC minicast.
We are back with John Catsimatidis, the owner of WABC and Red Apple Media and that great big gigantic energy company and real estate and so much more. This man makes the world go round, helps make it go round. John, welcome back. How are you?
Well, Greg, thank you for having me. And the whole thing is, like I say to people, you know what I say to people? WABC is our smallest company that we have, but I enjoy it the most because growing up, Walter Cronkite was like the number one person that everybody agreed and everybody liked and everybody trusted what he had to say. And where we are in media today, whether it's CBS, NBC, or ABC, or the BBC, nobody believes anybody. I mean, President Trump has sued the BBC, what was it, $10 billion or something, and then he sued 60 Minutes or CBS for another $10 billion. But here at WABC Radio, we want to tell the truth, and we're obligated. I tell all our people, all our hosts, tell the truth.
And he won, by the way. By the way, it's an enormous privilege, and thank you. He sues and he wins, which is almost unheard of. I mean, he's really being maligned.
Well, what they did to the BBC and what they did at CBS, they actually edited out to change the meaning. I understand about editing in media, where if I cough, okay, maybe they're going to edit out the cough. I understand stuff like that. But to change the meaning of the paragraph by editing, that is wrong. That's where the $10 billion goes to Trump, because you can't change the meaning, edit it and change the meaning. You want to take out the coughs. You want to, if you blew your nose, you want to take that out. Fine. but you can't change the meaning of what the intent of the paragraph was.
And when they do, and you can't get the truth, it's a dangerous situation. Now, look, overall, this situation, Iran, major combat operations, the Strait of Hormuz, energy prices. I saw one guy, I think he's panicking, like, oh, energy prices is $300 a barrel if we don't get out of this thing soon. And then others.
Wait, how did Trump say it?
No, he didn't say it. Trump said.
Well, no. I'm going to say how Trump said it. I mean, I don't know if he has it on the board. They're full of crap.
So everything's under control?
Everything's under control. The Trump has managed to unify the Saudi Arabia with the all the Emirates, and who has ever done that before? Europe. Even though they objected against Trump originally, they realized, America has saved Europe in World War I. America has saved Europe in World War II, and America is here to help Europe with that Greenland situation. Maybe President Trump was a little bit off the way he asked or the way he said it, but that's because President Trump is more of a businessman than a politician. He's not a diplomat. He says it like a businessman. He says it the way it is. Whether it's full of crap or whatever. And my Canadian friends said that, why do you say you want to make Canada a 51st state? I said, you have to understand President Trump. He didn't really mean it, in my opinion. He didn't really mean it. He's going to make it a 51st state. But that's his nature. That's the way he says things. Because he's a businessman first and a politician second.
So the Strait of Hormuz, people are panicking about that. Newt Gingrich, who I know and love, I know you love, he's like, if this thing doesn't get opened, the war is over and we lost. And I just can't think it's that extreme yet. We're not there yet. So what happens and how bad is it right now with this?
Right now, the Strait of Hormuz has to open. But the other thing that has to open is the Red Sea. We've been going around the Cape of Africa for a year, 2 years. So we got to take care of terrorism. We're in it right now. We're in it to win. I believe that it's going to be another couple of weeks, so it'll be total less than 30 days. But at the worst case scenario, it'll be less than 60 days. Now, when people say to me, "Oh, the price of oil, it's going to hurt the economy," well, you know what I say? Under the previous administration, President Biden, guess what? It was 4 years, 48 months. So please out there, forgive President Trump for 1 month or 2 months versus you didn't care that much about that President Biden was screwing us on the price of gasoline for 48 months.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Hey, real quick, a barrel of oil, I think I saw a price, $88. Is that right? 88?
Yes.
And when I think barrel, I think of a barrel, but they don't.
A barrel is 42.5 gallons.
And they don't keep
That
it.
is when you put a barrel of oil, crude oil, in, we own a refinery. You take a barrel of crude oil and you put it into the refining system. It comes out to about 42.5 gallons, maybe 43.5, because you turn the heavy products into lighter. You change the molecules. So you come up with about 42, 43 gallons.
From what?
From one gallon, a
44,
barrel of oil,
yeah.
42.5.
Refined oil?
Refined oil, maybe after you refine it, and all the 43, 44. And depending on how much jet fuel, which is a lighter product, versus heavier products.
And we don't keep it in barrels, right? They don't keep it in barrels.
No, well, it's just a way expression.
It's a way of
measurement.
Okay, how do we get into the oil? How did you get into the oil business? Is that something?
Well, it was 1983, 84. I was running an airline. I was running a Capital Airlines, which was the, 9th, 10th, 11th largest carrier in the country. We had DC-8s, we had DC-10s, we had Airbuses, and I got to fly some of them sometimes.
Very cool.
I remember flying that DC-8. Not with passengers. I flew it on maintenance runs, and with 4 engines and DC-8s, and just me and the pilots. We go up 10,000 feet a minute. I don't know how fast do you go up on those jets in Afghanistan?
Harrier jet could go about 10,000 feet a minute at its best.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. It's a pretty wild ride.
It's a pretty wild ride.
The DC-8, though, is so long. I remember seeing those on the ground, long and slim.
You had 268 passengers, 4 engines. So even if you lost an engine, nobody feels it.
Want to get you, and look, we have to do business with the people that are in office and all that kind of stuff. Maybe let me ask you this. How worried are you about terrorism right now? All this noise about sleeper cells, and California is possibly any second going to be hit by drones. I worry about New York. That's all misinformation. They're coming to New York. Are you, is that on your radar?
New York is on my radar. California is on my radar. We talk to a lot of the, intelligence people. Listen, you always have to worry. But remember my expression on the last interview you saw with me and Stuart Varney at Fox. Trump takes no prisoners. Somebody does something against the United States of America or against our people, he will level them.
Yeah. No
prisoners. Level them. So the Strait of Hormuz, we have to open it up. And if the Hezbollah that has been holding Beirut hostage. Beirut used to be the capital, the financial capital of that end of the world. And Hezbollah has been holding them hostage. Get rid of all terrorist groups. And I think we're committed. I think President Trump is committed. And I don't understand why the Democratic Party, he takes the side of the criminals and the terrorists versus taking the sides of the United States of America, our citizens. Why?
One thing we may have to do is steel ourselves, prepare ourselves for casualties. And we take casualties.
Crap happens.
Crap happens.
We don't want casualties, but we're going to make the free world free. And let me tell you something. Once you make the free world free under President Trump's administration that ends in 2028, it's going to, if they want to make if they want the free world to be unfree, like the communism or China or Russia, it's going to take them 10 to 20 years. So what President Trump is accomplishing, not only to 2028, maybe till 2040, 2050.
And tell me, if you don't mind, on the way out, like President Trump is playing like 3D chess here, and he's learned from history. So he's got something going with Putin and with China that Franklin Delano Roosevelt did not understand, even at his finest. What can you describe that to me, please?
Well, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, World War II was his fault. His Pearl Harbor was his fault. He squeezed the Japanese, whether it was intentional or out of stupidity or out of accidentally. Because some people said, well, he did that to use it as an excuse to get into World War II and help Europe. They did say that. So Franklin Delano Roosevelt squeezed the testicles of Japan and gave them no oil. And Japan figured they had no choice but to attack Pearl Harbor. That's why Pearl Harbor happened. With President Trump, knowing history, what did he do last week? Last week he said, China, we know we took back Venezuela, and we know we're screwing up your supply of oil. China needs 11 million barrels a day. They're getting a lot from Russia, but they needed Iran and Venezuela. You know what President Trump said to China? We're going to give you all the oil you need. We're not going to squeeze you out of oil.
America is. Or cause it to be given through Iran or through Venezuela or whatever. We're not going to squeeze you on oil. And what does that mean? That means a good talking relationship between China and Trump and the United States of America, between Putin and Trump. And you know what that means? World peace. China is not going to start a world war. Russia is not going to start a world war. Makes total sense. But real quick, how does he placate Putin in all of that? I understand China. How does he tamp down on Putin?
Because Putin knows Trump is not going to go directly against Russia, and it comes down to a negotiation. And I think I hope Putin respects Trump, and he knows not to push Trump because Trump is not going to take any prisoners. You know?
I get it. I think our guys got it all figured out. You and Trump. Seriously.
Well, and we know each other a long time, so he knows what I'm thinking. I know what he's thinking sometimes.
It's pretty amazing. John Catsimatidis, we'll see you tonight at 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock with Katz and Cosby.
It's a great show.
And we have we have John Fetterman coming on.
No way.
We have Kevin McCarthy coming on. We have a great show again tonight.
You know, you never know what's going to happen in life.
Would you believe we have a John Fetterman coming on?
It's great. And he's he's
a decent person.
He's turned out to be a joy in a way. You know what I mean?
Common sense Democrat. We love our common sense Democrats.
Nuts.
We don't mind arguing, but let's sit at the same table and come up with what's good for America.
He's a patriot, and I look forward to that. John Catsimatidis, thank you. Thank you, everybody. We'll be right back. 800-848-9222.